Hey YouTube, I'm at it again. We are in hardware mode and I have decided to try and build some fairly sturdy and durable FPV gates. So you can see I'm following the rules of the carpenters in my family. Measure once, cut twice or three times. But I'm getting there. Fortunately, material is cheap. And what we're going for here is a double gate, as used by the CFDR, Canadian Federation for Drone Racing, for qualifiers. So the bottom section I'm thinking is going to be, I don't know, 6 feet and the high, and the top section will be 5 feet high, and the whole thing is about 7 across, and I've left myself the option to trim it down if need be. So this is kind of where I'm at this point. I'm cutting noodles, so you can see I've done the top. And we've got more noodles, so I need to cover the sides here and this crossbar and then these ones here, and I will be well on my way. Pound this 4-foot epoxy coated rebar into the ground, and it slips right onto the bottom post, and I'll go over on the boulevard and see if it'll actually stand up in this wind, because it is kind of windy. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to get back to it and I'll update you soon. Hey, we are getting closer. I now have the top and bottom crossbar and this side post done. As you can see, this gate is huge. I'm going to go around the corner in a while, pound the rebar into the ground, and see if I can actually get this thing to stand up. Wow, what a project. Okay, we are at stage 3 here, and I gotta say it's looking pretty good. I better back up just so you can appreciate the perspective of the enormity of this gate. No parking. I hope my gate doesn't get a ticket. But look at the size of that. I'm hoping it's going to stand up and work, to tell you the truth, or I may have to shorten these 6-foot sections, but I don't think so, because I've seen people use PVC and it bends like crazy but still does the job. I guess I'm just nattering and blabbering away here, hoping it's going to work after all my hard effort. But the next thing to do is put that epoxy coated rebar in the ground. Actually, the next thing to do is clean up my mess. Then I'll put the epoxy coated rebar in the ground and see if it can hold this structure up without extra rope support. Okay, YouTube, final stage of completion. The gate is up and it looks pretty stable, no horsing around. And look at Bob giving it a wiggle there in the wind, and it seems to be just fine. We've pounded the rebar about 2 feet in and then pushed the galvanized over top of it and down and in. And I'll get Bob to stand right in the middle of the gate and then extend his arms straight up. And you can see, right? So I guess it would be kind of like this. That was me going through that gate at incredibly fast speeds. Full FPV. I think we got a successful gate. The only thing that the New York Times gate critics might say is that because we screw in the pipe right here with the connectors, that it forces the whole structure to lean slightly to the right. And we're still working on that, on a way to circumvent that. But I really do think, Bob, that this is going to be just fine. Okay, we are preparing to disassemble here. It's really a 2-person job, but when we're setting up, I imagine we will have 2 people all the time. Oh, that one wasn't so straight, was it? That was probably a part of the problem. But anyway, I'm going to take it apart, pack it up, and I think my first FPV double racing gate is a medium success. There's only so much you can do without a big welder. Okay, so there is everything needed to construct our double FPV gate with metal 1/2-inch electrical conduit and pool noodles. Let's sum up here. We have the 2 types of connectors needed, the T that makes the middle bar, and then the top bar with the top gate, the elbow connector to go across. All your pool noodles cut into 12-inch sections for easy removal. And I will note I'm going to leave the pool noodles on this particular 2 sections because the end caps hold them on, and it'll be easier to transport them and not have to take all those rolls off. And here we have our 2 6-foot sections and our 2 5-foot sections for the side posts for the upper gate, and a couple of 4-foot pieces of epoxy covered rebar. I am thinking that someone is going to give me some 5-foot rebar for snow fence, and I'm going to use that and pound it in even farther. And I'm going to confide in you right now and tell you I messed up. I meant to leave these side posts longer, because I realized once I get it over the rebar, I can actually push the galvanized pipe into the ground another 6 inches for a super solid feel. And I neglected to do that. So when I make the next one, or actually I can just make some extra pieces and replace those and use those in other gates. That's the beauty of this modular system. So thanks for watching. If you